champions and new to find themselves in a situation where they have to face off for first and second. darthjarjar leading the charge on new innovative triple musketeer decks, and Marcus35 bunkering down and playing what's strong in the meta, really looking to bring any kind of advantage that he can have. So let's finally take a look at these decks. We know that we've talked about them a lot. We've talked about them all day today. It's going to be Giant Poison with the Ice Wizard rather than the Princess against Triple Musketeer. Let's see. Poison Zap is going to be a good lineup for Triple Musketeer, but in many ways, like I've said before, I feel like the concept behind Triple Musketeer is just so good behind the deck, against the deck concept of Giant Poison. Season 2 is very difficult. Season 2 is definitely a step up from Season 1. And I think the qualifying process is just a little bit harsher too. Poison Zap. Those Musketeers are living on borrowed time. 1 shot, 2 shots. That's still a good amount of damage. And the Valkyrie swings twice. 1.5k. Take that any day. 1,000 damage on the tower for that push. Thank you. darthjarjar is going to do that again all the time. He will take that trade. Marcus35 got an elixir collector, but profiting 2 elixir and taking 1,000 damage for it, not worth it. Miner, where's your defense? Oh no, you got dunked. Too bad you're not Marcel P. Marcel P, the miner defender. The collector defender, I should say. That was absolutely fantastic, by the way. 4 miners in a row Marcel P defended today. Crazy. Valkyrie gets chewed up, and the zap on the skeletons. Mini P.E.K.K.A, Mini P.E.K.K.A, Mini P.E.K.K.A, zap it, zap it, zap it. No, oh, this Princess Splash saved the day, but this hurts so much. You think 1,000 damage is a lot? Well, Marcus35 has something else to say about that. He one-shot that tower. darthjarjar got his tower dunked. Not quite a slam dunk, but that was pretty dunky. And that Princess even did work. Got rid of that Mini P.E.K.K.A. It would have just been worse with that Mini P.E.K.K.A available. Trading collectors now, and now we're in double elixir phase. Here comes a miner. Defend! Nice. There we go. That's a good defense against miner, but Marcus35 just continuing to extend his lead. How are you going to deal with his triple musketeer? darthjarjar is playing his lightweight triple musketeer deck. Mini tank with the Valkyrie. Musketeer to assist, takes down the shield of those guards with the Valkyrie swing. Mini P.E.K.K.A gonna chop away at the Ice Wizard. Now turning its way to the tower, and this could be darthjarjar's way back into the game. Oh my god, 660 health. The guards push the Musketeer out of range and retargeted onto the guards. 18 seconds left. This is the last chance, but both those Musketeers are walking through poison and get zapped up. I don't know if darthjarjar can do it. He needs to do 1.9k, 1.1k damage on that left side tower. 2 seconds. darthjarjar. Giant Poison actually takes the victory. 1 game up. Marcus35 on the verge of making his first Super Magical Cup victory. He's already in the finals, and I believe this is the first time Marcus35 has even made it this far. He might take the whole thing. Meanwhile, darthjarjar needs to fight hard for... darthjarjar has been making top 8s for a while, but not able to make the tournament victory, and this is his opportunity to do so. On the verge of elimination now. darthjarjar swaps to his Giant Knight 3 Musketeers deck, so he's swapping away from the mini tanks. Marcus35 has to swap to Trifecta. Let's see. Trifecta versus Giant 3 Musketeer. Our blue featured card will be Hog Rider here. Hog Rider pushing across. Ice Spear is going to freeze the Barbarians. Oh no, 1 swing. 2. Definitely worth it. So if you think about it, the Barbarian plus the Ice Spirit is about a 5 elixir investment. Now this extra Musketeer investment is going to be elixir deficit a little bit, but it's going to soften up the Barbarian so that Marcus35 doesn't feel, well, he knows. I actually would have preferred if you played a Collector there. Just let the Barbarians come, play the Collector, and match your opponent in terms of the Collector game. Now this is a difficult push to defend because Marcus35 just committed a Collector, not in double elixir time, and you have to defend one side Knight double Musketeer and one side Giant Musketeer. This is a hard sell. I think that Marcus35 is in a lot of trouble here. Giant makes it to the tower, and that's going to be a lot of damage. Playing the cannon in desperation, that's not going to help, buddy. 549 in that one push. darthjarjar makes a big opening. He has to win back. If darthjarjar loses this match, he's out. He got second place. He needs to win this to extend his chances in his tournament. Marcus35 on the verge of taking first place. He just needs to win one more with his trifecta deck. But currently the defense is a little bit lacking, especially in the opening moments of the match. Marcus35 put very, very much on the back foot. 549. Ice Spirit tags onto the Knight, and these Barbarians will chew up the Hog Rider. Gets one swing anyways. But now Marcus35 has to deal with the Barbarians. Something interesting to know about Trifecta, why I feel like this position is so bad for Marcus35, is because Hog Riders are absolutely terrible at taking a second tower. And even in the best situation, if Marcus35 manages to take down the left side tower of Darthjarjar, it's very, very easy for Darthjarjar to take down that right side tower. He has 54 minutes to do 549 damage with a triple Musketeer deck. The most likely situation is that they go one-on-one and have to take down a second tower, and Hog Rider is so terrible at doing that. That's why I'm a little bit nervous for him. But Darthjarjar pushing a big push. One Musketeer, 4 Barbarians, plus a Giant on the left side. Darthjarjar going to use the defensive poison and zap the Musketeer, trying to minimize damage as he can. But another 3 Musketeer combination in the back. Giant and Knight to be added on. There's a Giant. And maybe the Knight in front of the Valkyrie. No, he's just going to let that ride. Ice Spirits. And this is not a well-timed poison. It's already a little bit too late. That Musketeer gets one more shot, a second shot, and takes down that tower. Meanwhile, on the left side, the Knight trying to hold its own, but can't really do so. Or rather, not the Knight. The Mini P.E.K.K.A. rather. Or whatever that card was. And Marcus35, 2-0, brings it back up to a 1-1 scoreline. And Darthjarjar might be clawing his way back in this series. We're going to the deciding match. Right down to the last, okay, woo, dodged a bullet there. Right down to the last match. I want to know in chat, who do you think is going to win? Is it going to be Marcus35 or Darthjarjar? Is it going to be 3 Musketeer or is it going to be Trifecta? That's what it comes down to right now. 3 Musketeer, and notice he's not playing his Giant Knight combination. He's playing his Minor Valkyrie combination. Who is more likely to take this out of all the gameplay that you've seen? Marcus35 versus Darthjarjar. I feel like Marcus35 had a really hard time defending against Giants in general. Or rather, using his Trifecta to defend against Giants. But in this deck, the Giant doesn't exist. It's just mini tanks. We'll have to see. For the title, Marcus35 or Darthjarjar. Both looking to make their first place finish in a Super Magical Cup. Ice Spirit is going to stop that Miner. Are you going to play a second card? No, he's just going to let it ride. 2 swings on the Collector. Marcus35 is going to be the first one to push. Valkyrie. Mini P.E.K.K.A. Oh, gets swung on. And the second swing for the Mini P.E.K.K.A.'s long extended arm. You guys seen Inspector Gadget? That's how I imagine that plays out. Nothing significant for either player. Elixir Collector match going the way of Darthjarjar so far. Wrong place, just off by a little bit. And Marcus35 is getting farther and farther behind. Against this 3 Musketeer deck, this is not looking good. Poison on a little bit of the Collector, as well as the Musketeers. Nice timing on the Ice Spirit. One shot only. Hashtag orange juice. Alright. You don't have a building, you just have skeletons. That's a very, very skimpy defense. 2, maybe 4. That's 3. That's 4 swings. Oh my god. That hurts. darthjarjar winning in the elixir war, but losing in the actual tower health scramble. How will double elixir change all of this? Here comes the next triple musketeer of the game. Oh, and you just played a collector? But we're in double elixir, so that might be a little more okay. He waited on the zap, and I almost believe you should wait to play the zap until right when the musketeers are about to get defeated. Minipeka doesn't get anywhere. Marcus35 just lets that musketeer happen. darthjarjar is going to have an opportunity to play another triple musketeer. So far, minimal damage taken. Marcus35 has poison. He's going to play it there. Wait on the zap, because he's either going to play another card there or not. Just handle the left side first and the zap when the musketeers get close to the tower. Oh, that miner is going to activate the king tower, actually. Things are looking worse and worse for darthjarjar. So far, the defense for Marcus35 has been pretty good. Now miner is almost completely shut down. Hog Rider makes it across, and that's a big zap, and that might be enough. Oh my god, what even happened? The Hog Rider just made it through, and not the cards available for darthjarjar to defend. And that might be the big downfall of darthjarjar not actually having a defensive structure. Hog Rider wins the Super Magical Cup? A Hog Rider? A Hog Rider? Marcus35 playing Giant Poison and Trifecta, the 2 meta decks, out of this whole crazy tournament, out of everything that happened. darthjarjar with the 3 Musketeers and Marcus35 with the Trifecta Hog and the Giant Poison both defeat Siege decks and all their opponents before. They made it all the way through. I mean, let's take a look at their journey here. darthjarjar, Yes I'm Fim, Ruffy, Zadian. Those are tough names to beat. And then in the playoffs, darthjarjar had to go through Simple and then Woody. Meanwhile, Marcus35, if I can find his name, there he is at the top end. King K102, ESL Yo, and Kirby Sage. And then in the top 8, he had to take down Apex Predator and Turtwig. What a turn of events for the Super Magical Cup. Big congratulations for Marcus35 taking first place in the Super Magical Cup. The first time I believe he's ever made it to the finals, and he won the whole thing. Gets $200 in Amazon gift card money and 500 points, solidifying his name as a Season 2 Super Magical Cup champion among the likes of Clark Kent, Naders, Justin for the win, Woody, Clyde, all these people. He joins the cast as a tournament winner, just as Grubby did a few moments ago. And darthjarjar continues improving his performance, taking second place. That's 300 points and $100 in Amazon gift card value. darthjarjar, who had been playing in the qualifiers,